Hello, class 7. How are you all? So, we have been studying chapter number 6. Yes, weather, climate, and adaptation of animal. Today, we will study some interesting topic. Yes, last time we studied about the effect of sun on climate. Yes, what do you mean by climate? Yes, what is climate? Climate of a place is defined as the average weather condition at a particular place over a long period of time, about 20, 40, 25 years or more. Yes, and weather you already know. And if you talk about the effect of sun changing in climate, you know that on the equator sun rays directly fall, so it's hot, and at the pole sunlight hardly reaches, so it's cold. Yes, and we know that there are four climate zones in India: alpine zone, subtropical zone, tropical zone, and arid zone. Yes, am I right? And you no need to learn about alpine zone, subtropical zone, tropical zone, arid zone, because they are not in your book. Okay. Just remember that alpine zone is the zone where the snow throughout the year, like Jammu Kashmir, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, and subtropical zone is that which is the between the just north of the tropic and south of the Capricorn, and it is the area where in summer too hot and in winter too cold, and rainfall is quite common, like Punjab, Haryana, UP. And if we talk about the tropical zone, you know that is the area between Capricorn and Cancer, and where the temperature never fall below 18 degrees Celsius. Okay, like Karnataka, Andaman, Nicobar. Okay, rainfall is quite common. And arid zone, you know that arid zone is that area where high temperature and low rainfall, like our Rajasthan and Punjab, Gujarat, and many more places. And you know that adaptation is actually the adjustment in the adjustment shown in the structure, physiology, and behavior according to the environment. Yes, there are two type of adaptation: uh, behavioral adaptation, structural adaptation. Yes, you no need to learn behavior adaptation and structural adaptation. Okay, just learn the definition of adaptation. Okay, you should memorize the definition of adaptation. You no need to learn about behavioral adaptation and structural adaptation. Okay, just for understanding, let me tell you that behavioral adaptation means moving of animal in large group is called behavioral adaptation. It helps to protect them predators like birds, calls, and migration. Yes, structural adaptation, you know, the change in body structure of animals is called structural adaptation. Yes, it helps them to protect against cold weather, the bill on a bird and the fur on a polar bear. Yes, so we studied all these topic. Now we will study a new topic, which is the polar region. Yes, what is polar region? Oh, polar region is a cold area. Yes, where the temperature is can be low as minus 37 degrees Celsius. Yes, the temperature can go minus 37 degrees Celsius. Just think that how does the animals survive in this temperature? Isn't it amazing? They can survive. And one more fact for you that 6 days, sorry, 6 month day and 6 month night you can see in polar area. Isn't it amazing? As you can see the picture of some animals. Can you see the picture of white polar bear? Can you see the picture of fox? You can see the picture of penguin. You can see the picture of oxen. Yes. So different animals live in polar region. Yes. Okay, I am reading the line. Please check. Look on your screen. The polar regions are very cold for most part of the year, and these regions are covered with snow. Yes, polar region are actually very cold and nearly whole throughout the year, around most of the part is actually covered with snow, and the temperature are as low as minus 37 degrees Celsius. Oh my god, what the temperature, minus 37. We will, if we will go in polar area, we will convert into ice cream. Yes, it's very cold. And for 6 months the sun does not rise, and for the next other 6 months the sun does not set. Yes, and some of the animals found in a polar region are polar bear, seals, yes, penguin. These are the animals. Yes, which are the animals found in polar region? Which are the animals found in polar area? Polar area means North Pole, South Pole. Yes, actually, what happens? The sunlight does not reach. Sunlight hardly reach in this area. That's why there is snowfall and sunlight does not reach. That's why sun doesn't melt. Sorry, the snow doesn't melt. The snow doesn't melt, and most of the part whole year covered with snow. So there are some animal like fishes. Yes, fishes also live in this area, in the water, and Siberian crane, foxes, whales, reindeers, musk oxen, penguin, seals, polar bear. These are the animals. Yes. So these animals live in these area. Yes, and, and polar bear is a carnivorous animal. Yes, as you can see the picture, first picture of polar bear is a carnivorous animal. Yes, whose native range lies largely within the Arctic Circle. Yes, it is, its native range is found in Arctic Circle. Yes, it is found in Arctic Circle. Okay, I hope you understood. Now, let's see the adaptation of polar bear. Let's go on the next point. Okay, let's talk about the adaptation of polar bear, because polar bear is found in Arctic Circle. Yes, so you know that polar bear, as you can see in the picture, they are white in color. Means they have white fur. Fur means their long hair. Yes, fur are actually their thin hair, soft hair. Okay, so they have white fur hair. So why there is a one advantage of white fur? Yes, they have white hair, or you can say white fur. So there is an advantage of white fur. Uh, because they live in snow area and snow is white, so it's hard to see them. Yes, they can protect them. They are white hair, because of white hair, easily not visible in snow, and helps in catching their prey. Yes, so they easily, their prey cannot see them, so they can easily catch the prey. And they can also swim. Yes, they can swim. Yes, they are a good swimmer. My goodness. Isn't it amazing fact? Yes. And next point is they have two layers of fur to protect them. Yes. They have double layer of fur to protect them extreme cold. Yes. They have double layer of fur, which protect them from cold. That's why they can easily live in a polar region. And point number three is they have a layer of fat under the skin which also protect them from cold. Yes, they have a thick layer of fat. Yes, their skin is fatty. Their skin is fatty. They have a thick fatty layer of fat, made of fat, which is actually contains carbohydrate. So it protect them from cold. Kids. In winter, we usually eat ghee, milk. Why? Why? Because they contains fat. They make our skin a little bit fatty, which protect us from winter. Yes. In the same way, they have a layer of fat, which protect them from too much cold, extreme cold. Yes. Now, point number four. So, as you know, that point number four is, as you can see on your screen, their paws means their feet, you can say, are wide and large. Yes, their paws are wide and large, which help them to walk on snow. Yes, they can easily walk on the snow because paws are wide and large, and they can swim in water. Yes, they are a good swimmer. Even I don't know how to swim. Isn't it amazing? So their paws are wide and large, which help them to walk on snow and swim in water. Yes, they can swim in water. They love to swim in water. That's why they eat fishes. Yes, polar bear love to eat fish because when they go in to the water, they love to swim. Yes, and you know the water of polar region is very cold water, but still they can swim. Yeah, isn't it surprising? Even we cannot take a bath using a cold water in winter, but they do throughout the year. My God, it's amazing fact. Next, point number five. So, point number five is they have a strong sense of smell. They have a strong sense of which help them to catch their prey. Yes, as they see their prey, they attack and catch it. Yes, because of their sense of they have strong sense of smell. They can smell from the very far. When they see any small animal, insect, they sense and go towards it and catch and eat as a food. Yes, because they are carnivores. Yes, so I hope you understood all these 5 points. Yes, point number one, they have white fur, so they are not easily visible in the snow and help in catching their prey. Point number two, they have two layers of fur to protect them extreme cold. Point number three, they have a layer of fat under the skin which also protect them from cold. Point number four, their paws are wide and large, which help them to walk on snow and to swim in water. They have a strong sense of smell, which help them to catch their prey. Okay, I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, kids. Now let's talk about P for penguin. Yes, penguin is also found in polar region. Yes, you know polar region the temperature can be as low as minus 37 degrees Celsius. Still, many animals like uh, polar bear, penguin, reindeer, foxes, they live there. Yes, isn't it amazing? Yes, how do they live there? Yeah, it's a very amazing thing. They live there. Reindeer. What is the reindeer also live? What is the spelling of reindeer? Reindeer is reindeer. Yes. So reindeer is a very look like a deer. Yes. So people who live in polar region, well, most of the people do not live there, but people who live in polar region, they rear the reindeer. Yes, they rear the reindeer. Rear यानी वही पालन पोषण करना. Okay, so rear the reindeer. Okay. Mm, so reindeer help to pull the cart. Yes, reindeer help to pull their cart. Foxes, seal, whales, many whales live there. Musk oxen. Yes, musk oxen actually is a ox. Musk ox is a ox which has a different kind of face, little bit white in color, and feet are also white. Yes, and different polar birds also live. So let's talk about the penguin. Then we will talk about polar birds. Okay. So penguin are aquatic. Yes, aquatic animal. It lives in water, but it also live on the land. Yes, they can walk. They live. And if we talk about their adaptation, they have behavioral adaptation because they move in a large group. Yes, they move in a large group, and they cannot fly. Yes, they are flightless birds living almost exclusively in southern hemisphere. Yes, most only southern hemisphere, especially in Antarctica. Yes. And as I said, the polar bear live in Arctic circle, and penguin are found generally especially in Antarctica. So remember kids, point number one, they are aquatic, means they can live in water, they swim, yes, they are also good swimmer. They can also eat fish, they are flightless bird, and they are especially found in Antarctica, yes. Just like polar bear, they have also fat. Yes, they also have fat, just like polar bear, which can protect them from snow. Yes, protect them from snow. Okay, and they can also swim. So now let's see some adaptation of penguin. Let's see the some adaptation of penguin. Let's move on the next point. Okay, it's adaptation of penguins. So point number one, they have white colored body so that they are not easily visible in the snow. Yes, the same adaptation just like polar bear. You know that polar bear also have white body and white fur. Yes, that's why they are not easily visible in snow, and it helps them catching their prey. In the same way, penguin, they also are white in color so that they are not easily visible in the snow. And if we talk about their skin is very thick. Yes, the skin of penguin is thick. Yes, they have thick skin and a lot of fat to protect them from cold. They have fat. Oh, they eat ghee and oil. Hmm? No, they don't eat. I'm just kidding. So, and point number three is they huddle together to keep them warm. Yes, they always live in group. Yes, to protect from predator and to keep their body warm. To keep their body warm, they always live huddle together, so their body lives in warm. If you have ever gone into animal farming area, you in the morning time if you go there, you will feel hotness, you will feel hot because of the animals are together in a group. In the same way, when penguins huddle together, it keeps them warm. And they have streamlined body. Yes, they have streamlined body and webbed feet, just like web, which help them to swim in water. Yes, because of web-like feet, which help them to swim in water. And you know that they are very heavy because they have solid and heavy bones, which make penguin heavier. That's why they can dive underwater for food. Yes, they can dive underwater for food. They eat. They also eat fishes. Yes. So these are the five adaptation of penguins. Yes. Point number one, they have white colored body so that they are not easily visible in the snow. Point number two, they have thick skin and a lot of fat to protect them from cold. Yes. Point number three, they huddle together to keep them warm. Point number four, they have streamlined body, and because of streamlined body they swim easily, and web feet which help them to swim in water. And last point is Heavy and solid bones make penguin heavier to help them to dive underwater for food. I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, now let's talk about some polar birds. You know, penguin is a bird, but it is a flightless bird. It cannot fly. But apart from it, some birds can fly. So, Siberian crane is a polar bird. Arctic tern is a polar bird. As you can see, the picture. First picture is Siberian crane. Second is Arctic tern. There, Siberian crane come from Siberia. Arctic tern come from Arctic area. So uh, they generally come. Siberian crane you might have seen in Dirwana also, you might have seen, and they generally come in Rajasthan. Yes, during migration. Yes, what is the meaning of migration? Migration means the seasonal movement of the complete population of animal from one area to another is termed as migration. So migration is defined as the movement of uh, animals from one area to another area for breeding purpose. Yes, or in search of a habitat. Generally, Siberian crane come to Rajasthan for breeding because they found the comfortable temperature, comfortable climate of Rajasthan. That's why they come in migration in a group. Yes, and they live here for some time, then they move away again. So the birds in polar region cannot tolerate extreme cold of winter. Yes, when in winter season, when there is winter season in polar region, they cannot tolerate the region of, so they travel so far and they come to Rajasthan in India, and they go to also go to many places because and they stay here. Mainly they come for breeding purpose. Yes, mainly they come for breeding purpose. Yes. So, if we talk about the Siberian crane, generally in Bharatpur they come here. Yes, in Bharatpur they live here. So it was all about polar birds. Okay, now let's move on the next point. Okay, let's talk about the adaptation of Siberian crane. Yes, adaptation of Siberian crane. So, as you know, migration means the movement of animal from one area to another area for breeding and in search of natural habitat is known as migration. And the birds in polar region cannot tolerate extreme heat, that's why they migrate, they go to another place. And Siberian crane is one of the bird which migrate. So the Siberian crane must keep its body warm to survive in winter. Yes, so they cannot survive in winter in polar region, so they need to keep the body warm, that's why they come in Rajasthan. So during winter it migrates to far away warmer place. Yes, they migrate and come to far warm place. They go to hot area, warm area. Generally if we talk about they generally come in Bharatpur. Yes, which is the Siberian crane's best place in Rajasthan. And they also come to Sultanpur, which is actually in Haryana. Sultanpur is in Haryana, to escape from the extreme winter in Siberia. Yes, because crane come from Siberia. So Siberian cranes comes to places in India like Bharatpur in Rajasthan and Sultanpur in Haryana to escape from the extreme winter in Siberia. As you can see the picture of Siberian crane, you know what, kids? Isn't it amazing that they travel so far? Yeah, they travel at night, at day, with the help of sun direction, with the help of star. They never forget their path. Isn't it amazing? Yeah. So it was all about Siberian crane. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, now let's talk about the tropical rainforest. Yes. So the tropical rainforest have a hot climate because of its location. Yes, the tropical uh, region is actually have hot climate. Yes, it is a hot climate because of its location around the equator. And as I already explained that on the equator sunlight directly fall, that's why it is a hot area. So we can say tropical rainforest tropical region is actually a hot area. And the minimum temperature is more than 50 degrees Celsius during cold winter. Yes, if we talk about the tropical region, the temperature during cold winter, during winter it's more than 50 degrees, and during summer it is more than 40 degrees Celsius. And the days and night are almost equal length. Yes, in tropical region. And these region also have plenty of rainfall. Yes, that's why there are many trees, different kind of animals, different kind of insect, different kind of plants you can see. So it is the large area in terms of animals and plants because of plenty of rainfall. Yes, the tropical region in India are Western Ghat, Assam. Yes, Assam side area. Western Ghat is actually the tropical region, and and other tropical region. If we talk about America, Central America, East Asia, these are Southeast Asia. These are also the tropical region. But in India, Assam, Western Ghat are the tropical region. And the common animals found in tropical climate are monkeys, apes, gorillas, lions, tigers, elephants, leopards, snakes, lizards, insect, birds. Yes, these are the common animal which are found in tropical region. Yes. So point number one, what is which region is known as tropical region or tropical rainforest? The region which has hot climate because of its location around the equator, where the temperature during winter is 15 degree and in summer more than 40 degrees Celsius. This is the region where the plenty of rainfall, and the days and night are equal in length. Yes, in India, if we talk about the tropical region, are Western Ghat in Assam, and in other side, we see the tropical region in India. We know the Western Ghat and Assam, and in the world, the tropical region are Southeast Asia, Central America, Central Africa. And the common animal found in tropical climate are monkeys, apes, gorillas, lions, blah 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 blah. Yes, I hope you understood. In next class, I will tell you we will study about arboreal animals. We will see the adaptation of some animals like lion-tailed macaw, not lion, lion-tailed macaw, frog, cat, leopards, and many more. Okay. Now it's time to ask question from you. Let's move on the last point. Okay, it's time to ask question from you. Question number one: write the adaptation. Write the any three adaptation of polar bear and penguin. Yes, adaptation of polar bear. Point number one: they have white fur so that they are not easily visible in snow and helps in catching prey. Point number two: they have two layers of fur to protect them extreme cold. Point number three, they have a layer of fat under the skin which also protect them from cold. Point number four, their paws are wide and large which help them to walk on snow and swim in water. Point number five, they have very strong sense of smell which help them to catch their prey. And if we talk about the adaptation of penguin, point number one is they have white colored body so that they are not easily visible in the snow. They have thick skin and a lot of fat to protect them. Point number three, they huddle together to keep their body warm. Point number four, they have streamlined body and webbed feet which help them to swim in water. Point number five, heavy and they have heavy solid bones make penguins heavier to help them to dive underwater for food. Yes. Question number two. Question number two is define migration. Yes. So, what do you mean by migration? Migration is the movement of animals. Yes, the migration is the seasonal movement of animals from one area to another area, mainly for breeding. Yes. So we know that there are the birds in polar region cannot tolerate extreme cold wheel. That's why they migrate. Point number three. Question number three is write a short note on Siberian cranes. Write a short note on Siberian cranes. You know that the Siberian cranes must keep its body warm to survive in winter. That's why so during winter it's migrate to far away warmer places. Yes, my generally they come from Siberia. Siberian cranes come to places in India like Bharatpur in Rajasthan and Sultanpur in Haryana to escape from the extreme winter in Siberia. Yes, isn't it easy? Question number 4. Question number 4 is explain the tropical region and its characteristic. Yes, explain the tropical region and its characteristic. So, we know that the tropical region, point number 1, the tropical region have a hot climate because of its location around the equator, and the minimum temperature is more than 15 degrees Celsius, 15 degrees Celsius during cold winter, and the maximum temperature is more than 40 degrees Celsius during hot summer, and the day and night are almost equal length. These regions have plenty of rainfall. That's why you can see variety of animals, plants, insect. This is the tropical region, is that area where the most of the plants and animals are found. Tropical region in India is Western Ghat and Assam. Yes, and one more point is that in the world, if we talk about the tropical region, they are Southeast Asia, Central America, Central Africa. These are the regions. Okay, and which are the common animals found in tropical area? So the common animals found in tropical climate are monkeys, apes, gorilla, lions, tigers, elephants, leopards, snakes, lizard, insect, and birds. So in next class we will discuss some of them, some of the animals characteristic in next class. Okay, we'll meet in next class. Till then, bye bye.